It's like, oh, we're going to kick all the immigrants out. Good fucking luck. For the first time since the Great Depression, more people are leaving the country here in the United States than coming in. For the first time since the Great Depression, the worst economic crisis this country has ever faced. However, if you watch the trends for people for applying for citizenship in Spain, UK, parts of Europe, including even Latin America, and people who are filing taxes abroad, there's been a massive spike in 2025. More people are getting the fuck out of here than they're trying to get here. If that is not a flashing fucking red light for all of you, nothing will be. That should send chills up your fucking spine. The only places that are like that are places that are in decline and maybe even decay. They're trying to get the fuck out of here. I have friends personally I know who left last year, actually more than a year ago now. They were like, healthcare is going to be free. I don't have to worry about my kid getting shot in school and, blah, blah, blah. And I can live on an American salary. And they moved to Spain. It should be a fucking flashing red light to see something like that. That has never happened in this country since the Great Depression. 1935, I believe, is the official year. Was the last time that happened. 1934, excuse me. Brothers and sisters, time to wake up to what the problems are and what some of our solutions are. And the problems, my friends, are not the guy washing dishes at the place down the road or the person working in the office who overstayed their visa. They're not your fucking enemy. This is why it's like, oh, we're going to kick all the immigrants out. Good fucking luck. For the first time since the Great Depression.
Think about it. Think about it. This is not the most This can't be the most desirable place to live. All right. First, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakadash. Some honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Prophecies. And one of the main prophecies that's out there, and we're seeing it, there's a great massive exodus out of Babylon. And people are fleeing everywhere. Now the crazy part, I'm thinking about it, if you try to flee to the nearest, obvious, the Caribbean islands and so forth, America's got their eye on that. They're gonna go after Cuba next. Not even next. As they're going after Iran, they're gonna go after Cuba. So this administration is the embodiment of the entire Edomite race. And the entire Edomite race is clearly showing the world the utter hatred that they have towards everyone. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, it's just getting more interesting. People willingly want to get the fuck out of here. And the people that's here that can't go nowhere, you're gonna wish that you wasn't here. Shit, there be days I don't want to be in this bitch. But for prophecy's sake, we gotta do what we gotta do. We have a job. Until that job is complete. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Until this job is complete, yeah, we are not leaving until this place is out of here. We have the honor and the privilege, all right, to see this place go down, be a witness. Okay, Isaiah 19. We'll go to the point. Matter of fact, I saw that 16. In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which it shaketh over it. So the Lord is shaking his hand over this place. They had I don't know if it's next year or this year, they're gonna finish it off, but we had two was it total eclipse that crossed America, which came out to X, which in the Hebrew is a tha, the end. So the Lord shaking his hand at this place. It's like this is the end of this place. It says in Judah, sorry, the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that everyone that make mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he have determined against it. Against whom? It's Egypt, modern day Egypt, which is America, which is Babylon the Great. In that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan, which we know the language of Canaan is Hebrew. So we're going to know the name of the Lord. All right. And it's talking about us. It says, and swear to the Lord of hosts. One shall be called the city of destruction. In that day shall there be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord. So America is the land, is going to be an altar that's going to be sacrificed. All right. This place is going to be a great sacrifice in the sight of the Lord. And right now we set it up. All right. All we did was preach this place, like shutting Babylon down, and we're removing us. The Lord's going to remove the prophets, and He's going to destroy this place. All right, and it shall be for a sign and a witness unto the Lord of hosts in the land of Egypt, for they shall cry unto the Lord because of the oppression, and He shall send them a Savior, a great one, and He shall deliver them. So this is how we, the hopeful elect, will be delivered. All right, through Yahweh Shai. We're calling on the Lord to deliver us out of this hell, get us out of here. So that is the ultimate exodus that's going to take place. All right. Let me get the other one real quick. Jeremiah 51 and 7. It says, Babylon. I got to go up. It says, flee, 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, and will render unto her a recompense. So now is the time of the Lord's vengeance. Recompense meaning what? Payback. So the time of payback is now. All right. This is why everybody has a dark cloud over them, and they believe that, you know what, I got to get the fuck out of here. This is not how I thought it would be. That's the feel of this place. And it says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, and made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of our wine, which is our philosophies. All right. Therefore, the nations are mad. And why the nations are mad? They're mad because they've been lied to. They've been duped. A lot of arrangements have been taking place, but it only benefited this place. This is why this guy did the was it 15% tariffs? The 15% tariffs. Look, right after the Supreme Court told him that the shit that he was doing was illegal. So he just said, F that, I'm going to make it worse. So everybody that compromises their own personal integrity for this place that was born outside of America, oh, they're regretting that shit. All right. There's a saying, if you sleep with dogs, you get fleas. Well, everybody's regretting that shit. That's what the scripture says, that the beast shall hate the whore. And it says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. So this place is is when it falls, it's gonna fall drastically, suddenly, meaning surprisingly. To some, to us that are in the know, this is the day that we've been waiting for. And it says, and destroy howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. The balm is what? The, plenty of um, legislations, plenty of bailouts, plenty of all this other stuff to assist for America not to be destroyed. But yet, it's being destroyed right before our eyes. We we are part of the decaying of America, and there's nothing that can be said or done for this place. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. So they try to find every avenue, okay, to help this place, but it's not going to be helped because it was designed and created to fall. It says forsake her. This is the key. Forsake her. So if you got a right state of mind, you forsaken the ways of America. Everybody's concerned about education, um, investments, 401ks, and that's not forsaking it. That's still trying to maintain the delusion that this place is going to continue. If you can't see that America has ran its course, then something wrong with you. Something really wrong with you. You must be out of your mind. You're sick. You're insane. It says, forsake her, let us go everyone to his own country. So if you come from the Middle East, even though all this shit is going on, you rather be over there than to be over here. Crazy. Because what's coming to America is long overdue. See, all these other nations are going to get hit, have gotten hit, but, big but, despite all these other nations got hit, the worst destruction in human history is going to be on this particular continent. Thus saith the scriptures. All right? Because this is Babylon the Great. The Lord promised this place to be a desert. So it will be a desert. It says, for her judgment have reached unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Meaning it has surpassed any other nation that is even touching the realms of the Lord. So he's going to respond correctly when this place got to be judged. This is why all these nations rather go home and deal with the things that they're doing than to be in this place because there's no hope. There's no hope for this place. It says, let me get this real quick. I'll probably end it off on this. Micah 2 and 10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it's polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. So having that Babylonian mindset, not the way to go, is a failed system. We living in a failed system. And you know what? Hope this place rot to the core, which it is. I hope that case rot to the core rapidly. And let the Lord let this place all fall down. Because enough is enough. So with that being said, something real quick to the spirit. Shalom to the elect. The nation is Shalom.